Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit Europe Grand Finals, powered by Twitch. I'm LD. I'm joined by Fogged. Fogged, series tied up 1-1. It's time for Game 3 in this best of 5.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, like I've been saying before, I mean, Mousesports are definitely the favorite coming into this, I feel like. Fnatic have been around for a while, but they've been a little bit shaky as of late. And, I mean, Mouse have just been playing spectacular. Like, overall, I mean, Dog is just, they've been playing so well. Like, the way they all, like, synergize together, they're a really strong team. And they're
back to being Mouse this game, apparently. Last game they were Dog. They decided that's in the past, man.
We're Mousesports
It's time
now.
to be Mousesports. Well, let's
Dog
hop
didn't
into the
go so
draft.
well.
Game 3 well underway, guys. Let's see how the teams are doing.
Yeah, and right away, I mean, Mouse sees the opportunity. Fnatic did not ban the AA. They first pick it right away.
They
No
banned
shocker.
the Mirana Wisp. Fnatic banning Wisp. Huh.
They didn't want to deal with it, I guess. I mean, they know how strong the hero is, and I mean, even though Misery died a lot, he did some big plays. He did end up saving his couple of his teammates. I mean, he ported them into some weird places, but overall, just the power of Wisp is, he's just so
changes the way you
obnoxious.
have to play as well.
Yeah, he's just so obnoxious. It's like, oh, we have to 5-man.
Ancient Apparition for Mouse is very obnoxious as well,
Yeah.
so it's a tough choice, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And they do end up picking up the Wraith King as well right afterwards. So I mean, this could be their duo support right there, right off the bat. Or they could go for the Wraith King carry, of course. I mean, they haven't really revealed anything yet there. So good picks there from Mousesports. I mean, I think there's other heroes that were probably still in the pool that they could have grabbed. I mean, a lot of these teams aren't really going for much greed anymore. We're not seeing this Naga first pick, which is really nice. I'm really glad that's completely dropped down. But also, Lycan is just completely he's overlooked. No one cares about that hero anymore, it looks like. And I'm not sure if that's the right choice. 'Cause that hero is insane. He doesn't really need too much. And I'm not gonna really talk about it too much because like it doesn't really look like they care about it too much. And now we do see Fnatic. They're just banning out the puck, so they're still afraid a little bit of that Fada puck.
One thing that was ignored that Fada also plays is Invoker, and it's still available. The higher priority ban, but we did see Fnatic remove it, I believe, in the second stage of Game 1. I forget if it was banned in Game 2, but
It was a last ban in Game 2.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
The other thing for Fnatic is they picked Nyx, and then Mouse replied with Wraith King. Generally, Nyx one of the harder heroes for Wraith King to play against, since he is very mana-dependent for the ultimate.
Yeah, he is, and I mean, I guess they look at the heroes and they're like, you know what, Wraith King's I guess they might have just wanted. They might have a strategy like in mind. They might just go aggressive tri-lane, like Wraith King plus AA plus 1, terrifying. If they have a Weaver there, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Fnatic ban that, because that tri-lane right there it puts so much pressure on whatever you're laning against.
I'd say that's the best draft that Mouse had, or at least the most, not necessarily the best, the most effective draft they've had over the past few weeks is Ancient Apparition, some ranged right clicker, either Weaver or Mirana, and then a good initiating stun. Generally, I'd say it was more of a Bane or a Rubik for Misery, but Wraith King can fit the bill in a pinch as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really shocked at Rubik getting so much love right now. This is first
do you
two
think
Rubik
he's
again.
Just not that strong, or?
I mean, I just think the hero's just too weak in the laning phase. You need so much, really, honestly. And his spells, they cost a lot of mana.
He has no damage.
Yeah, he has no damage whatsoever.
Seems like the biggest issue with the Rubik support picks.
The beauty about having it though is he's a great lane spammer, and if you can steal some big spells, like he can be, of course he can be super powerful, but even if you steal some of these little spells, they're playing versus a Wraith King. I mean, even though they picked the Rubik before it, Wraith King stun is one of the best spells on Rubik, because it's always up. You just stun someone, 3 seconds later, okay, they're still slowed, and then the stun's gonna be up again almost pretty soon. A couple more seconds.
You can't run from him.
Yeah, you can't
He's got the lift there as well.
Exactly. It's really good. So I mean, I can't really blame him doing that. And we do see Mouse actually banning out the Enchantress, so they're assuming that this is a core Nyx, and I don't blame them for that assumption at all.
Yeah, we actually haven't seen too much support Nyx, to be honest, in any scene. Even in the Chinese scene, the support Nyx is slowly giving way to offlane, or just not getting much play in general.
It's just too greedy.
Yeah.
It really is. Like it's really hard to land that
impale,
impale
too. He's just so weak
too.
in the laning phase as a support.
Absolutely.
Maybe if you have two really strong ranged heroes like a Mirana and then, I don't know, a Shadow Demon or something, it's okay, but even then it's like,
at that point,
it just goes against the whole idea of the Nyx pick to begin with. Like, you don't want to be fighting now, you want to be getting your level 6.
Exactly. And we do see Fnatic banning out the Dragon Knight, so they're sick of that. Like, they don't want to deal with it, of course.
Even though it didn't work last game, Mouse actually banned Razor, and I guess Fnatic feeling like it's just not a matchup. They're not feeling any kind of a good matchup versus DK this game.
Yeah, I mean, they are a big fan of picking the Viper versus the DK.
There's
as well,
also OD, which actually I think Mouse banned last game.
Yep.
The OD has not been that popular. Hani has played it once in a while. I can't remember the last time I've seen it. Obviously,
I don't want to see it.
But
I don't think anyone wants to see that hero.
I
really
don't want to
hate
see
him.
Midas farm for 50 minutes. Refresher Shivas.
It's just so gross. Like, it ruins games. It's just like, oh my god, they picked OD, and now what are we gonna do for our mid lane? Like, we need to pick like Razor. Boo.
Well, that's why you just abandon mid lane. Just go woods.
And now it does look like it's gonna be a core Wraith King. It's not a support. They've got their Disruptor and their AA, so they did pick up their 2 supports pretty early in the draft, and it's perfectly fine. I think he's Disruptor overall. We've seen how much of an impact that hero has on all these games. He's just such a beast.
He was really popular in the American qualifier for TI4. He has not seen much love in other regions.
Yeah, he has not. I mean, the big player that was using it was Whitebeard, and he was playing a phenomenal
Teams
Disruptor.
were first banning Disruptor against that team. Also, to be fair, his other supports didn't seem nearly as scary.
Absolutely, and he did a very authentic build. He was just rushing a Blink Dagger on this Disruptor, which you don't see anybody do, but it worked out for him. And you know what?
It gives you like a 3,000 range glimpse at that point, basically.
Very, very strong hero, and we do see the Invoker coming out for Fada now.
A little surprised this was ignored, though. I guess, end of the day, the Puck, I would say for sure you want to ban the Puck first against Fada, but...
At least we got
I think the Dragon Knight ban to me is just more of like a preference ban than something they had to be super worried about.
Yeah, I guess they just, they saw the Razor ban, they were like, oh, they're going to be going for Dragon Knight again. Like, but
how do you feel about the Fnatic draft so far?
I mean...
they just feel a little clunky to me.
Yeah, it's okay, but they need a lot of levels on all their heroes. Like they need a lot.
Axe gets the ban.
Yeah, of course, dude. That hero is always just. I think that hero is always worth the ban. He's just insane. Especially
because they're going to be running this. If it wasn't already clear, they're definitely running off-lane Nyx with the Earthshaker pick, and. The last time I saw Axe go 1v1 against the Nyx in his own safe lane, he had an 8-minute Blink Dagger, and the Axe got a Rampage dunk at like the 15-minute mark.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, Axe just really bullies. He bullies almost anything, like especially melee heroes.
Especially melee heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a nice ban. In terms of MSS heroes left in the pool, anything that jumps out at you?
I mean, it depends on really what they want to go for. If they want to just do split pushing, they have a lot of global potential, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Furion, because they have the AA ultimate, they have Invoker if he wants to go for Exort, which he probably will, because I know Fada loves that build.
He's barely been playing Furion, though. I feel like every game MSS is on a tempo controller. Like someone in lockdown, and Furion would definitely work well with this draft, though.
I mean, Clockwork's actually really good for them as well, so maybe it'll be a Clock.
And the one hero that's been ignored recently is Centaur.
Yeah, I feel like that hero just... The nerf hit him kind of hard.
Just the mana cost increase?
A little bit, but also, I mean... I honestly think he's still perfectly viable, because if you just have a decent early game, that hero just... He has a 3-second AoE stun. It's insane. It really is. And it just ends up being so big because his cooldowns are so low, you can constantly just keep running in, and Stampede is amazing.
That's the other thing. The cooldowns are low. Like, we've seen teams pick Tidehunter, but if they fuck up the Ravage, they can't fight for 2+ minutes.
Yeah. Well,
meanwhile, Centaur's fighting every 20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And once Centaur gets the blink, it's insane. So maybe we'll see a Centaur come up, but I think Clockwork might be what they want here, because I mean, Clockwork, if he catches a Rubik or Earthshaker, even Nyx too, it's a free kill.
So as for Fnatic, they go for the Templar Assassin for Hani, and they are dire side. They do have a Luna. Roche is definitely in the cards for Fnatic if they don't fall apart in the laning stage.
Yeah.
But this TA, until she gets BKB, there's so much to deal with for Fraction. She's going to have a rough time. And
oh, wow.
Wow. This was unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Cat Bounty Hunter, huh?
Oh, wow.
Are they MSS going to be playing the Wraith King, I imagine? No, he's on the Invoker. MSS Invoker. It's Fada on the Wraith King. Has he ever played him?
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
You played with MSS before.
MSS is one of I think one of the best invokers I've seen in a long time. He's really, really good. He keeps his invokes. He knows when to not invoke. He knows when to keep his spells there, and he plays it like a beast. But I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm really surprised that they're doing this. But I'm assuming they're gonna go for an aggressive tri-lane.
I'm hoping we see some flashy plays.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be an aggressive tri-lane though. I think they're just gonna run at them because they have the AA and they have such a high win ratio with that hero. The
one issue for Fnatic is what do they do if they can't really avoid the lane. They don't have a jungler. These supports aren't really that good at farming the jungle anyway. So they kind of have to fight Mouse in the lane, and I'm not sure how strong Fnatic are in the first few levels. They're running a Luna, but it's an Earthshaker support. He's not going to be right-clicking much. They do have a lot of...
He has a Quelling Blade on Earthshaker.
Trying to find some cheeky little fissures.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There you
drops
go.
the fissure.
Fada's completely cut off.
Yeah, Fada's cut off, but they'll tango through, and they just want no-tail. The Bounty Hunters also pursuing him out. Pycat trying to get in front for the body block. No, can't quite do it.
Giving him the poke.
Just giving him the little poke.
Yeah, really nice ward there. Like they spotted them out, so that was really really
That was
scary
so
there for
close for
Fnatic.
He was like, "Wait a second, can I just walk away?" No, I can't walk away. Need to fissure right now.
Yeah.
Notel with some quick reactions there. All right, guys, we're gonna get underway now with Game 3. This is a best of 5. The winner comes to the Summit Land Finals live here from the BTS Studio House in Los Angeles. Prize pool will be over $114,000. Maybe we break that 120K plus mark. We'll just have to wait and see. If you haven't picked up a compendium, or not a compendium, a ticket bundle, man, I keep on thinking about TI4 because that prize pool has really grown. But yeah, if you want to consider supporting the tournament, you can buy the ticket bundle in the store. $250 from every purchase will go towards the prize pool. So with that being said, we introduce the teams now. On the Radiant side, you've got Team Mousesports. Fada playing the Wraith King, the rest of the tri-lane. Pos handling the Ancient Apparition, the Disruptor being played by Misery. Going towards the mid lane is MSS on the Invoker, and then safe lane will be the Bounty Hunter for Pycat. On the Dire side, Team Fnatic. Trixie playing the Nixus S in the off lane. Solo mid is Hani on the TA. In the defensive jungle will be Notel with that Quelling Blade you mentioned. Fly on the Rubik, and that does leave Era as the Luna.
When I saw the Quelling Blade picked up, I was like, he's gonna trap creeps. But now at this point, he's just blocking them. He's just gonna
pulling the lane back.
Yeah, and I love this. I love that mechanic change. The creeps just stand there. It's so goofy looking. But I think the big lane to watch right now is at this point is gonna be Hani versus MSS and this bottom lane. I mean, I don't really know who wins this. I think that Nyx is gonna end up winning this because of that sheer, that HP regen that everybody talks about. It's 3 base regen on a Nyx, and he's got a poor man shield pooled. So Bounty Hunter's gonna be under a little bit of pressure in this lane, and it's just gonna be just trading farm. And I mean the tri lane, they did end up countering the ward, so now Fnatic does have a pull, so that's a little bit in their favor now.
Sunstrike goes in top lane, looking for the first blood on Fly. He'll drop the Fada, throws him back, but
Glimpse.
You already see that killing potential.
Yeah, and Misery was trying to get the glimpse off there. If he did, he probably would have gotten the kill, but unfortunate for him. They did play it really well. They didn't even have to use the fissure there.
That was a really good. Oh, that was a really good time to go. Yeah, I just saw Pycat running on top of Trixie, but he is invis. And Notel's eating his way all the way through the trees. Giving himself a lot of different angles for attack, but pretty soon he's just gonna eat all the trees and he won't be able to sneak up anymore. Trixie threatening for a potential kill bottom lane. Does he have an Impale available? He does. It's only level 1, but that is the last of Pycat's mana, and well, he has a salve.
Yeah,
so we'll drop the angry Janata strike, then retreats.
Trixie right away gets the Orb of Venom again. Even on Nyx this time. But I think this time it's actually more warranted because he's up against a melee hero, but
yeah, if this Bounty Hunter wants to approach creeps, he's going to have to fight. Fada gets lifted up, thrown back, but he's going to go in with the right clicks from the Ancient Apparition. Chilly Touch, it's enough to bring them low. Doesn't get the kill just yet, tries to juke through the trees, salving up, tangoing through, but he can't make his way out. He eats another tree, and then he gets caught, and then he gets killed. Fnatic striking first. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's Pycat also with, I believe, no Orb of Venom, just the Janata Slow, still fighting top lane. They get the first blood, but the turnaround does come now. The kills will be found, 2 for Fnatic, only 1 for Mousesports. And now Wraith King respawn, but that just a fantastic fissure by Notel.
Yeah, really well played by him there. That Quelling Blade paying off already. I mean, he cut through the trees, he got a really nice fissure off. I think they saw him, but I think Fada was just playing a little bit too aggressively because of they probably just think, our tri lane's so much stronger, but they gotta watch out. You can't be giving kills up in an aggressive tri lane. That's the worst thing.
There's a Sunstrike, and Trixie is on his way back to the fountain. Will we see one attempted? Doesn't seem like it.
Dun 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 dun.
But so far, damn it. So far, MSS is doing really well mid. It is the early levels. This is when generally TA is not the strongest. When she hits level 5 to 7, that's where it gets really hard. But hey, he's holding his own so far, Fog. He's sitting 12-3 to the 12-6 of TA.
He's really good in this matchup. I think me and him practiced it when we were on a losing streak on EG. We practiced it a lot, and he laned it so well. But overall, I mean, that's just the way MSS is. He's one of the stronger laners that I've ever played with.
He is doing well. Still, the TA is free farming.
And look, Earthshaker blocking more creeps up in the top lane. So he's just being annoying.
It's the Radiant off lane. There's no pull here, and with all the blocks, like I don't think they have the strongest tri lane, but always being able to keep the lane at their tower, they get those first few levels. It just makes it harder for Mousesports to find their kills.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's all ending up in their favor because like looking at this Bounty Hunter, he's decimating Trixie. He's 18-4 in compared to 7-1, and this top lane Era has 2 CS. He has nothing. He's just got a stick. He doesn't even have boots on him yet. So this is going, even though they did die up there, it's going extremely well for Mousesports right now.
Yeah, and Bounty Hunter gets a quick level 6. He comes in with track, and this is a much less risky, aggressive tri-lane game than the last game because they have track. They can fall behind early and just get a few track kills, and the game goes their way.
Yeah,
Fnatic
absolutely.
these heroes just get run over. If they have to start retreating, that's where Fnatic will not win fights. They are not a very good lineup at basically cutting their losses. One hero dies, the rest are almost guaranteed to follow.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of playing as a disruptor. You can just get so many extra
Yes,
pickoffs.
and Track gives you really easy access to the glimpse.
Yeah, it's really good combination of heroes that they pick there. And I mean, if they end up getting some decent track kills and the Sunstrike actually gets the last hit, MSS, the goal that they're going to be getting is just going to be skyrocketing, and MSS is going to benefit so much from it. But we are going to see MSS start to have a little bit of trouble in the mid lane because, you know, once TA gets that level 3 refraction, you just really can't do much about it. He's going to be denying a lot of those creeps. And he actually decides to go for level 2 side blades instead of going for a meld early. A little bit
very
strange
unusual.
there. Very unusual.
Yeah, the meld definitely gives you a lot more killing potential and just burst damage. I suppose the side blade's nice to deal with the Forge Spirits, though. So
But then that
seems
means
like
your
he's
meld's
focusing more on laning.
Yeah, your meld just ends up being a little bit under level though, so he has a little bit less opportunity of going for an early Roshan with that build. So
that's true. I'm curious to see if he levels it up anymore, if it's just 2 points. I'd be very surprised if he takes more than 2, though.
yeah, me too. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, your dire side, you have Luna. Like you said, it's just kind of crazy not to level up meld. Track is online, and, well, the nice thing is, as long as Trixie wants to sit bottom, he is not catching anyone by surprise with a TP gank, and that's something that Fnatic's Charlie would love as well, but, well, he can't do it unless he just backs off for a long time, by which point Pycat can just say, hey, Nyx is missing.
Nyx is missing.
Yeah, just back. So,
decently slow early game compared to what we've been having. I mean,
overall thoughts on just like the strategy for each team. Fnatic. I'll hold that thought. Here comes the bounty hunter. Do they have sentry wards ready? Uh-oh, Fly's been caught out. The Fisher is dropped in a nice position by No-Tail, but still they keep on diving. They'll get the Sunstrike kill for MSS. That's going to be a fast Midas if he wants it, and oh boy.
that combo's actually
great
awesome.
rotation.
You get, and maybe MSS is going to go down mid. Yeah, he's definitely going to die.
Oh, he doesn't actually have the Midas yet, and, well, he won't get it now. Doesn't get the recipe. Only at 1,100 gold. Wasn't actually that close. TA's starting to pull ahead.
That was a big misplay by him there. I don't think he was paying attention to what Hani had. I don't think he even saw the DD rune popped, but
It probably had his camera top, just trying to find the Sunstrike.
yeah. Maybe he got a little bit
Unfortunately,
lost.
like, just wasn't far enough back when he went for it.
Yeah, I mean, and stuff like that happens. Like, it's not good though. You really don't want to give TA the space, that type of space. But he did get the Sunstrike kill. He got the track money as well as the experience, so it wasn't so bad. And now he's gonna be porting mid, and they might actually be able to net a kill on Hani here.
They can track Hani. Indeed, they will. Now, out comes the Cold Snap, and this would be a nice kill for Mouse if they find it, and indeed they do. Well, Hani was just starting to explode mid lane, was pulling ahead in CS, top lane. Going for the dive here. The Sunstrike comes in there. Hellfire Blast as well from Fada, but nicely. No, there's your glimpse. One more right click would be enough. Fada can't quite get it off. He's running. He doesn't have his ultimate yet. Will No-Tail be able to run him down? No-Tail's pretty slow. Lucent Beam. Nice stick charges by Fada. The Earthshaker chasing clunkily after this Wraith King, but he gets stunned again. Now he's trapped in the kinetic field. Fada's going to get the kill. And now Trixie lumbers forward. That's the death of Fada. Poink.
Oh, and Misery's probably going to go down as well here if they have any follow-up.
Does he have an impale? No mana, no stick.
No follow-up.
And meanwhile, mid lane, the Bounty Hunter is just all over the place.
Good rotations all over the place, though. Like, Pycat's been running all over the place. He's gotten 2 kills now with the track ult, so it's really good for him already at this point. It's really on the game, and they do go for Hani now mid, and he's probably going to go down. If
he has refraction here. Seems like he's baiting a bit. Sunstrike, not going to connect.
Yeah, I thought the refraction actually had a little bit longer there, but well played by Hani there. He's missing one of those deaths, so of course it's huge. And if he just needs to play a little bit passive. He just needs to get his farm up because he's really the hero that needs to just kick ass in this game.
Yeah, the Luna seems like just more of like a general team fight hero, especially with the way the lane develops. She's only got 17 CS. So
oh, he's getting gone on again in middle now too. Hani really needs to be careful.
Dropped and, oh, sorry, not Static Storm, just the kinetic field as well as the Thunder Strike, and then gets glimpsed back in. And Hani getting some hate mid.
4-man track.
Again. That's 200 gold for the team there.
Yeah, I mean, level 1 track isn't the biggest deal, so like, you know, those deaths.
Actually, it's 250.
Yeah, I think it's 50 each, but he gets 150 for himself. So
okay,
it's
300.
Yeah, 300 about. So, I mean, it's not the biggest deal giving those track kills, but you don't want to be dying on your TA because he's extremely over leveled at this point. He's almost level 9. So now he just gave. The Disruptor is level 5. He got 1 level off of that, and AA as well also got his level 4 now too. And we do see Wraith King actually dying.
Yeah, he's really out there as Fada. He's got some backup on the way. Bounty Hunter's going to join this fight soon. Can track No-Tail, potentially get some kills. This gives him the move speed. The impale's off the mark from Trixie. Then the Shuriken Toss comes out. They'll stun Fly as well. Misery looking for the opening. Actually does get off the kinetic field, and That'll sound the retreat for the rest of the team. Meanwhile, top lane, looks like Luna's just hiding in the trees, playing it safe, but that track move speed also helping him to run away. And there's your Midas for Invoker.
Bit of a misplay there by Trixie. They probably would have killed the Wraith King there.
Yeah, if he hits that,
and that would have been pretty nice. I mean, Fada has like no farm because I mean, although their aggressive tri lane ended up working decently because they put the Luna down. At the same time, Wraith King died twice in that tri lane, so it was pretty big for him. And now mid lane, No Tail, get out of there.
This Earthshaker is just having a very bad time.
Yeah.
Even though No Tail's had amazing fissures, he's just constantly in fear for his life. MSS also missed Sunstrike there. If he hits that, that's an easy kill.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see No Tail going for the same build that he's actually been doing recently. He rushes the bottle, no stat items. So he likes to just run around, try to get runes, and just, you know, just be a tempo controller instead of going for, you know, boots or any, like, stat items and stuff. He just wants to be in the proper positioning at the right time.
Yeah, positioning will be key for him this game because Mouse can punish bad positioning so easily. Bounty Hunter will see you if you're out of position. The Glimpse can pull you back if you ever overextend, so... And especially just without Poryus. The slightest mistake will just cause him to feed.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see Trixie Vendetta up down toward bottom lane, and he might actually be able to
top
pick
lane,
someone
they're
off.
also going for a gank, so both lanes going to break out.
Oh, and they do have a Sentry Ward down. Trixie's going to get gone on bottom, and he's probably going to end up dropping
They're ready
this
for
one.
him here. They will tank the Carapace Stone, but the Cold Feet's going to proc, and it looks like Trixie, no, gets the 2 Hair Impale. That's going to keep him alive, but Arrow's the one who pays. So in the end, still a win here for Mouse. And another track kill. And Luna never got off her Eclipse, it looks like.
Yeah, now he's so shut down. He's got just treads, so the aggressive tri lane really worked out in their favor this game.
You know, Luna has just not been working for
no,
anyone.
For anyone. It's so true.
Everybody's losing with Luna.
I mean, we picked it and we're like, wow, this hero sucks. And then we picked it again, and it sucked again. So like,
Eternal
we just
Envy
wanted to get away from
crying
it.
somewhere.
Yeah, man, it's so true. Like that's why we were like, you know what, YOLO, Drow.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, Drow worked so much better. I mean, I don't like Luna for some reason. He's just so squishy. People just run at him constantly.
Her laning stage is just so squishy.
Yeah, it's so awful. If you don't have really good supports just to, you know, keep him safe, he ends up just feeding. And if you don't have a good start as that hero, you can't. If they play it properly, you can't catch up. And with the heroes that Mouse has, if they do it right with this bounty and everything, that Luna's never gonna have the chance to get any farm up.
Yeah, and they've been just... Pycat's movement has been the story of this game. He's been
Yep.
top lane, setting up track kills mid on the TA. He's been everywhere. And
he's going Dagon.
I like Dagon Bounty Hunter.
I like Dagon
If you get
Bounty
it
Hunter.
fast. Like, if you get it slow, it's pretty underwhelming, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great because like that hero you don't really want to be, especially versus a hero like versus a lineup like Fnatic. You can't really run into a lineup like that, so you just want to poke. Constantly just poking heroes. So Shuriken, Dagon it's actually really strong.
And they have a sniper lineup. They have Ancient Apparition, Ultimate, Sunstrike. Like, this just... You hit 1 or 2 of those spells plus a Dagon, that's a free kill.
Yeah, and I feel like...
Courier might get caught out here by Pycat, bottom lane. No. Oh, maybe he gets
maybe on the way back.
Oh, no. No,
Trixie knows.
Pycat's like, screw you, man. Take a track.
Good old Trixie. And now, yeah, they're going to put some pressure on this mid lane, and Misery gets his level 6 now, too, and this should be this is an absolutely free tower, yeah. And MSS is getting a lot of farm, and this isn't what this is not what Fnatic can let happen. They need to have the TA just snowballing out of control, because you know how underfarmed the Luna is. They really need to start making action, and I don't feel like Mouse is under the pressure at all this game. They can just sit back, they can find their track kills, or they can just sit back and farm.
Yeah, Fnatic, again, going into the mid game, just very clunky. It's only Nyx who can get around to be active on the map. Everyone else just kind of sits in their lanes. Earthshaker hides behind Luna, and Rubik tries to get level 6. Whereas Mouse, Bounty Hunter can run wherever he wants, Ancient Apparition can come join the fight from afar, Wraith King, as long as the ult's up, just dives you. They have a lot more flexibility in terms of how they move and engage around the map.
Yeah, and even though Fada was relatively underfarmed, he's not even a carry. And he goes for a blink dagger right away.
That is a very early blink on Wraith King.
Yeah, very aggressive.
What does Fnatic do when he jumps in? If he has ult,
AA scouting the Roche pit, but yeah, they don't really. What do? They have to get like a really nice fissure hitting the rest of the heroes. They don't want to focus that Wraith King obviously, because if you pop that ultimate, it's devastating. It's 5 seconds slow.
I think the best play is just mana burn him and hope that he doesn't have his ult.
Yeah, and I
You're
think
gonna lose the fight.
And we don't see Trixie leveling the mana burn in this game. He only has level 1 of it, so it's gonna be pretty hard to burn the mana down.
There's a lot of AOE and just shit flying around from Mouse, so Carapace isn't bad here by any means. But
no, Carapace is always. I mean, it's always the safe thing to level. Like
yeah, mana burn is very hit or miss. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's. Boy, I sure wish I actually had some lockdown for this team fight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's not also there's actually there's 3 in heroes. Yeah, I think Monoburn, you can make a case for
Yeah,
leveling
maybe
up
he
first.
might just have like 2 levels of the Carapace and then might start going into the Mana Burn. We'll see what he ends up doing.
Level 1 Carapace is kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, it really is. And yeah, I mean, No-Tail's getting really underfarmed and underleveled at this point. Ara's got nothing. I mean, he did get an Ogre Axe, so he's a little bit tankier, but we do see Mouse converging on top lane. They do want to go for this short lane tower.
The entire team's lurking around the trees. The traps are in a good position.
10 people top.
Yes, literally 10. We're not exaggerating here. And they'll start dewarding. They'll look for the Sentry Ward, but the Fissure comes out from No-Tail. It's on their own side. Well, this might help keep Misery alive. Ancient Apparition ult splashing through. That's going to connect on 3. Now Fnatic in a headlong retreat. Wraith King's diving. He's going deep. And along with that is the Invoker as well. Chasing Fnatic off the tower. They just can't fight. It feels like they might try to turn this one around, but Fada still has his ultimate. They're actually going in on the Wraith King. Now the Ice Wall comes out. I'm surprised not to see Mouse going even more aggressively, and now they realize they can just jump onto Era, start chasing behind the tower. He will deploy. The Eclipse gets brought down. That's another track kill. They bought back on Rubik, but what's the Rubik going to do here? Maybe they get the Pycat kill. He has stolen. Oh, it's Shadow Walk. Would love the track right now. But in the end, they kill the Luna again. They lose Bounty Hunter, but they get some track gold, and they just retreat. And they ended a nice kill streak, though. That was a 530 bounty.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think still anyway, even though Mouse did not really get the tower, they still benefit just because of the track money there. And they forced a buy out there. I think it was, what, the Rubik that bought out there? Yeah, Rubik ended up buying out there, so now he's pretty broke.
Freaking Wraith King, man. When this hero has his ult, like, what do? You can't really ignore him because he actually hits pretty hard just spamming the stun and getting off the occasional right click. If you're running, if they go on him, we see what happens. But now MSS gets caught top lane. It's a nice Fissure to start. He's pretty tanky though. They get off the Ice Wall. Great counter initiation for Misery, dropping the whole combo, looking to shatter Trixie, who does manage to Carapace the Ancient Apparition. Then No-Tail, Big Daddy comes in for the Echo Slam. It's just not enough damage. Now he's probably gonna go down here, brings a bunch low, but gets nothing for his trouble. That's another track kill. They're getting overrun. Fly will be caught next. The blink forward from Fada. Mousesports just cleaning house against Fnatic. Another stun. One more right click, and yet another kill.
Yeah, now
this is snowballing
this game,
out of control
this game
very
just blew
quickly.
wide open. Absolutely, I completely agree with you there. Really, really well played there by Misery. That was a beautiful static kinetic. He ended up, he ended up saving MSS, and MSS turned and got such a nice Ice Wall off now. So it just turned the fight completely. So really well played by them there. And we do see the Dagon picked up by the Bounty Hunter now.
Yeah. Now, imagine how No-Tail feels.
Yeah, miserable.
I don't even know. Oh, they triple TP in top lane. One of these heroes could be glimpsed back, but Misery, he wanted to go for the glimpse and get stunned in doing so. The trap will now fall. Hani just on the chase, but
he's got to be careful.
Get this kill. Actually, the Wraith Fire Blast comes in. Can he get off for fraction time? He can. He's going to go down. Wow. Got damage over time. Still focusing Fada, and they get the kill. Nicely played by Trixie, knowing the ult's down and just going for it, but
They should be able to pressure the
they
tower
glimpse
now
one
here.
back. They'll find Trixie. Now the track, and Pycat says, great, give me your gold. This is going to be the story of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Just running around with track, Dagoning heroes,
They're
striking
gonna
them.
get converged on top here. They need to be really careful. We soon
They need to get
No-Tail's,
out,
yeah,
but-
No-Tail's running up there, but they've got no window to get out of there.
No TP. Pycat's not going to let them back off the tower. Ancient Apparition comes in, and the Dagon's got to be ready soon. In fact, 10 seconds.
Misclick by someone on the Radiant side on Mousesports, so they glyphed. Not sure why they would do that one, but someone was probably doing something with the courier and accidentally clicked it. But yeah, I mean,
It's an
Fnatic,
intimidation glyph.
maybe, right? Yeah,
Just be like, get them confused. Oh, shit, they glyphed.
Get in there!
Meanwhile, you're diving them.
Yeah, but now they rotated a bunch of heroes top, and Mouse is like, you know what, we don't need to keep pressing this issue. Let's get back. Let's get some more farm up on our heroes.
Sunstrike is going to come in.
Just
Doesn't
casual.
hit anything.
Casual Sunstrike.
Good camera work by What Is Hip. Nicely done.
Yeah, and Hani ended up going for this, he goes for Tread's Drum, so he's trying to do the early battle to make up for the fact of how underfarmed the Luna is, but as we saw, he just runs in and he gets absolutely exploded. Wraith Fire Blast takes 3 charges off the Refraction instantly, plus the AA, they take off 2 charges per hit with it.
Don't forget about Static Storm and the
Exactly,
Forge
yeah.
Spirits. Refraction, I mean, we said it early in the draft, is just not going to be that effective this game. Misery might get caught top, in fact he will. The Fissure's going to find him. Ancient Apparition comes through, connects on 3, and one more tower shot. It's going to plink down arrow. Oh, the Sunstrike looking for No-Tail as well. This could be 2 dead. It will be. MSS raining down Hellfire on Fnatic.
MSS is so over-leveled, too. That's a max Exort Sunstrike, right? That was 475 pure damage this early in the game. That's absolutely terrifying.
He's got 8,700 net worth. The next closest is the TA who killed him mid, who's down almost 3,000 gold. Sure, he's got Midas, but you can see the track gold really starting to add up as well. And Pycat's going for the taser. He's just gonna track the start, the Shuriken to fall, and the Dagon secures the kill. Fnatic can't leave the base, it feels like.
And now is where I mean, if they were already snowballing, but now is where you're going to see it even more so, because now they have the level 2 track online. So that starts making a huge difference if there's a couple people getting that track money.
This is where if you get a 4 or 5 hero kill, it's basically a tower's worth, or a courier kill's worth of gold. Like 700, 800 gold potentially.
And Hani's forced to go defensive build.
In the jungle, the Bounty Hunter looking for yet another pickoff. He's got the Dagon, but it's Arrow, one of the tankier heroes. Can't do this one alone. But the thing is, like, he's creating space and drawing 4 heroes to mid while they split push top.
And I mean, playing a support versus a Bounty Hunter he's got his Dagon too, it's at base, but playing versus this Bounty Hunter, if you're a Rubik, you have the worst game of your life. It's miserable. You're just walking around and just like, oh, I got hit once and now Shuriken Dagon dead. Okay. I can't react. You just can't do anything.
And then you get flamed.
Yeah, and then you get flamed. It's
like,
true.
Dude, it's not my fault.
It's like, you're out of position. It's like, I'm really not.
Everywhere's out of position.
Everything's out of position.
Can we just go into the next game? Then I'll be in a good position.
Exactly.
But, well, for Fnatic, if they lose this game, then it puts Mouse 1 win away on match point for the remaining 2 from coming here to Los Angeles. Not a game they want to give up easily. And
looks like
what's their play if you're Fnatic at this point? Like, what do they do?
They have to try to, build up the Luna, just protect. They have to protect them with everything they possibly can, but it's going to be extremely difficult because now they do have Dagon 2 up on the Bounty Hunter. They have Book 3 up on the Evoker coming out on the Courier, and they pushed their lanes out as far as they could for Mouse, and now Mouse is going to rotate bottom. They're going to go for this last tier 1, and Fnatic, if they fight there, I feel like they're going to lose miserably, especially because the track's just going to completely overwhelm them.
The issue is, like, they can't trade, so then they're just giving up towers and buying it. Maybe time for Luna to get BKB.
And they do YOLO smoke right now. The 5-man smoke coming down. They might even go for a Roshan here, but it looks like they could also just go for an attempt at a pick off.
I think they've got close to a max meld, so they could do Roche pretty quickly, but there's actually already a ping from the Disruptor. Misery's saying they might be going Roche. Let's just roll through the bottom lane. And, in fact, Tani's in the front lines. They'll go in with 4. Meanwhile, at the lane, Earthshaker's sitting back. No Tail's in position to try and slow down the push. Here comes the backstab. Who's going to lead the way? It's Trixie, looking for that Impale. He worms his way through the trees. Sentry Ward gets dropped. There's also a Radiant Sentry Ward nearby. Now Fly popping the dust. In comes your Impale. It only connects on 1. It does find Misery, though. Isolates him on the backside of the fight. But this Wraith King's going big. Note Big Daddy strolls in, but there's too much damage from the Exhort Invoker. Now the track on Hani. He's going to be going down. They're getting run over. It's a 5-man beat down bottom lane. And Mouse pretty much have this one in the bag, it feels.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a GG, really early GG comes out, because they killed the Disruptor. It was a really nice play there by Trixie, but he got his spells off anyway, so it was just a wasted effort. And Era just gets completely focused in these teamfights. There's nothing he can do. Wraith King blinks, he's in his face, stunned him, and then he just gets killed.
Same for Hani. Hani gets tracked, he takes 1 Wraith Fire Blast, he's dead.
Yep, absolutely.
Because the refraction's gone.
And the money, look at how much gold they just got from all this. They got a 5-man wipe, and then they get a tower, and now MSS is another. He has 2,000 gold on him. Pycat as well, 2,000 gold. Fada, 2,000 gold. Everyone is all over the place. The
that is
net
an
worth,
ugly sight.
It just went absolutely insane. Like, now Mouse is over 15,000 gold leading after just 2 bad team fights, basically, from Fnatic. And that's what happens versus track. I mean, yep, Pycat's rotations really have been amazing this game, and he's playing really, really well. He's 8-1, so he's definitely the standout player for Mouse this game.
Yeah, and the Bounty Hunter pick seemed like an excellent choice in retrospect. That's the one thing I would say about Mouse, is they seem like one of the more, I wouldn't say like creative teams.
GG.
Like, oh, GG.
He just called it.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Let's think about this a little more. Yeah, we can't win. GG. Let's go for a game 4 and try and bounce back. But they just pull out like the one hero you don't expect randomly in a draft. Like they were picking Axe quite early before a lot of other teams were. They just bust up the Bounty Hunter here and.
People haven't been touching Bounty Hunter at all, but I think that hero is actually really, really strong, especially in the type of lineup that they just had. They snowballed so heavily from it.
There's ways to punish the Bounty Hunter pick, but when you pick them 5th, and they've already drafted this very defensive lineup that's not going to take towers early, is you're going to get a 1v1 matchup against Nyx, then he's a really strong pick.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he did so well bottom, and he got his 6, and he just rotated right away, and he got kills out of it instantly. So great plays from there. And also, he ruined Hani's game, basically. He went mid, and he just, even though Hani was doing so well.
Hani's like, I got a solo kill at MSS. Yep. Guys, I got this. You can trust in me. And Pycat says,
Not happening. Not in my house.
Well, with that being said, guys, that wraps up game number 3. We're going to a game 4. And now Mousesports 1 win away from punching their ticket to the Summit LAN Finals, which will be live here in Los Angeles, California. The prize pool just clipped $114,000 yesterday. So if you want to continue to support the tournament, do consider buying the ticket bundle. $250 from every purchase goes directly into the prize pool. With that being said, he's Fogged. You can follow him, twitter.com/FoggedDota. Game 4 coming soon. Stay tuned.